So this video will be for the Keller Williams Sunset Corridor Training Room. This will be for any of the Vizio TVs universally. And this particular tutorial is going to be related to using Screencast, as it is called on the Vizio TVs, but it's also known as Google's Chromecast. Screencasting can be done from a Mac as well as from a Windows machine, but AirPlay is available for Mac users, and AirPlay actually works a lot better in terms of resolution and sound and some of those other things. So if you're on a Mac, you'll want to use AirPlay, which will be a separate video. And if you're on a Windows machine, then Chromecast is available to you for that. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it. This is the home screen on the Vizio remote. It's under the Input tab. When we go over here and we hit Input, we have the ability to use the clicker to go back and forth on choices, but you'll want to go ahead and click SmartCast. And so once you're on SmartCast, this tends to be the default screen that you see. We're not set up to use any of the online resources, so it's best if we just don't even go there. But for our purposes, what we'll do is we'll jump down here, and I've loaded up YouTube. As an example, I am using a Mac because that's all I have right now, but the basic principles are fundamentally the same. Casting is found under the upper right menu, and we go down to Cast. Now, when we're able to cast, we're going to find that if you cast using a tab, and then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go to Training 58. What you're going to find is that a lot of times that screencasting is smart enough to know that we're casting from YouTube. Now the thing that you'll notice is that we've got a full-size window. And the other interesting thing is that audio is coming out of the TV audio as one would mostly expect. That's not the case, at least on a Chrome on a Mac. I think it's the same for Windows. If we go back here for a second, and we're just going to go ahead and break the cast. And we go to Sources, and we cast the screen. And we'll take this with a grain of salt. I may be wrong on Windows. I haven't had a chance to test it. But what happens when we cast the entire desktop is it's all well and good because we have the entire screen, which, in certain instances we want. Now there is lag. That is the thing about screencasting is there is a little bit of a lag. It's usually best to be looking at your computer as you're moving your mouse around as opposed to the TV. Because of that lag, it gets a little confusing sometimes. But we'll go back here, and then what I'll let you know is, again, back to audio. It's kicked me back into the ads, but my laptop speakers are what's taken over here. Yeah, and that's plenty of irritating sound to show you how that kind of looks. Now, if I was using Bluetooth and routing sound out through one of those little portable Bluetooth speakers, then we'd be set because we'd be using Bluetooth to a speaker showing our entire desktop, and then it's basically pretty turnkey at that point. Now again, I'll remind you, especially for the Mac users, that this isn't a problem with AirPlay. With AirPlay, you connect your entire desktop to the TV and the audio comes through just fine. To break the cast, again, we just come back, we hit cast, and we go ahead and stop casting. So for Chromecast, which is called SmartCast on the videos, those are the two ways of doing it. This is a default view after we've turned off casting. It just shows a Google picture from the web. That's a very standard place to be as far as other than the home page. That doesn't maybe sound really good. I'm not being very eloquent, but that's the basic fundamentals of screencasting. It's the same on a Windows PC simply because we're always using Chrome. And I hope that works. And